Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I've got this Amazon smartwatch that I purchased for roughly £20, £21. If you want to check the watch out for yourself, I've linked it in the description. I fast forwarded that unboxing bit there just so we can get into this, and we can see here we've got first off a massive instruction sheet which is in various languages, so that's helpful. And then we have the charging wire and case, I guess, which you can sit the watch onto, and the watch itself. So it doesn't look too bad, to be honest, for the price. It looks like you've got a nice metal type of finish around the casing, that kind of stainless steel look. I mean, it's quite light, so I don't know if it's actually stainless steel. So we've got the hot sensor around the back, it says it's waterproof, and then the only button on the watch there. So I'm going to wear this watch for a few days and then going to do a review on it just to see what the performance features was like, battery life and those kind of bits. So let's just quickly set the app up. It's just a matter of downloading it. It's called Glory Fit, and then it just asks you for some personal information, and then just quickly browsing around we can see we've got the different functions of the watch itself there. You've got your sports and you've got your connection here. So we just go into that, it's going to search for the watch. There it is, click on that. And connected. So now we get the full settings that we can actually do with this watch here. Just allow all of these prompts. Right, so for design and build, this watch is 1.69 inches, which is roughly about 42 millimeters, and it's got this like stainless steel looking finish. On the back we can see the heart rate sensor, charging pins, and this is just a shot of how it looks on my wrist. It's fairly lightweight, and we can see it has silicone straps, and those are changed by this little pin that you push out and the strap comes off, and there's a variety of different color straps you can get. So I overall enjoyed the lightweight design of this, and I think it's a nice looking smartwatch. So for screen, this has a 1.69 inch screen, and this does the job. It's got 2.5D glass, so smooth edges curved around, and you can see the bezels are quite thick, especially on the bottom, but it does the job. The colors are not popping, but they're good enough. And you can see here the strap. Only thing I did notice was that the visibility in direct sunlight wasn't as good as it could be. So next point is user interface, and I have to say this was straightforward. Your swipes, gestures work fine. Top down would bring down your settings panel. You can access brightness, find your phone and the settings from there itself. A back swipe just takes you back, and a swipe from the bottom up is your notification center, you can say, and then you can just swipe through the main functions of the smartwatch by just swiping right or left, and you get all your different bits here. So fairly straightforward, easy to use, and just convenient. So for the watch faces itself, you can see here on the app you have a bunch of different watch faces, and they come in all different styles and designs with different pictures. All you have to do is find the one you like, click on synchronize, and then it just takes about 20-30 seconds to actually sync with the watch itself. It's loaded, you can see here on the watch, and you can go into the watch faces itself, and you can see here all the different watch faces they have. And another way to change the watch faces is by long pressing on the watch face and then just swiping across until you want to use the one that you want to display. So from the app itself, you can see the ones that you've downloaded. So these are the previous ones I've downloaded on the app, and then obviously reload them onto the watch if you wanted from there. Or you can go into a custom dial, and then from here you can pick the colors, the background. You can change to have your own photo there, or you can refresh them so it shuffles, or you can pick the color that you want it to display. So moving on to fitness, we'll jump right into the app here, and if we go to the sports section, we can see that we have over 24 different sports modes available we can pick from. So from football to your running, so it covers quite a lot of them. And then if you click on the main bit, you can see your previous activities you've done. So here I had done this small, short walk or jog, and you can see we've got information here regarding calories burned, duration. And if you go to the details tab, you get a bit more information on your speed, your average heart rate, things like that, and then a chart just to visualize it based on your speed, heart rate and altitude. So that's a good way to see it visually. And then settings, you can change how frequent things are broadcast to your thing and what's actually shown, so your distance, duration, the speed, and even set a alert for your heart rate if it goes over 150. And then you can start your activity based on different goals, so distance, duration, or calories. So quite a comprehensive fitness tracking app, I would say. And then if we just quickly look at the steps counter here, you can see I've been wearing the watch for the last few days. So if you just go to the 17th of April, you can see here 5,813 steps, and then just gives you a breakdown of the data throughout the day. But I just wanted to compare it quickly to my Apple Watch, which I was wearing at the same time. I know I was a guy walking around with two watches on, but I'm doing it in the name of science. So if we go to that same day, we've got 6,529 on the Apple Watch, 5,813. There's quite a difference, so it's about 800-900 steps difference, but I would assume the Apple Watch is more accurate because of studies that have been shown by other people who have compared them. But it's good enough, I guess. It's not way off, is it? Could be worse. And so that's the steps counter. And then if we just head over to the watch itself, you can start an activity from here, so you have all your different sports modes on the watch, so you can literally just click on them and just start from there if you wanted. So moving on to health, let's start off by running the heart rate monitor. So I'm just going to run it here on the Apple Watch and on the Amazon Smartwatch, just so we can get some idea, because the Apple Watch's heart rate monitor is meant to be quite accurate. So if we just let that run, so we've got 87 on the Apple Watch and 88. So yeah, I'd say in the ballpark, just off by 1 BPM, so that's not too bad. And then we have this blood pressure monitor, but I'm not too sure how accurate these are, so I'm not gonna test it. You have to leave it on for 1 minute for it to register your blood pressure. So, but how accurate these are on smartwatches is being debated quite a lot, because the blood pressure needs to actually squeeze. But we'll move on to the blood oxygen, and you can see we've got 98% on the Amazon smartwatch, and the Apple Watch will just let it run. Okay, that says 96%. So sleep tracking, I did wear the watch to sleep for, I think it was 2 or 3 nights, and we can see we get a breakdown of deep sleep, light sleep, and when you're awake. It's telling me 8 hours 1 minute on the 19th of April, and then it gives you a little analysis, which didn't make much sense. Best time to fall asleep before something, I don't know. You can check using the calendar your different dates, and you can share your results if you wanted to. So if we compare it to, so yes, I was wearing my Apple Watch on the other wrist. We can see we have a bit more of a comprehensive breakdown. So 8 hours there, 6 hours 18 minutes there. Yeah, so you can see the deep, the core, the REM sleep, and it gives you your respiratory rate, your heart rate, the different stages like I just mentioned, and that's my schedule down there. But yeah, basic sleep tracking, I would say. So for the call or message notifications function, we can see here in this example, I'm getting a call. So the watch obviously doesn't have a speaker on it. You can't actually take calls on the watch, but it will vibrate to let you know someone's calling. And if you long press, you can actually decline the call. So that's a neat feature, I would guess. And if you go into the app itself, you can see which apps you can receive notifications from. And like I said, if you swipe from the bottom up, you can see your notification center itself. So for other features and settings, we have this audio control or playback control on here. So, you know, it's just your simple controls where you can play or pause, skip forward, skip back. So that's a handy little feature if you're, you know, can't get to your phone at a certain time and you just need to skip tracks or something. So moving on to other settings in the app itself, we can choose heart rate, how often that's displayed. We can choose whether or not the phone is to notify when you get a phone call. Same thing with vibration for the SMS. And then we have a sedentary reminder that reminds you to get up at certain times if you've been inactive for a certain period. You have alarm function, obviously raised when you raise your wrist, whether the screen comes on or not. And you can set a do not disturb, which is handy even if you're using it for when you're sleep tracking or other things. And in the more settings, we just have these different general settings here, how long you want to set the display time out to. You can choose a device language, so we've got a bunch of different languages here. And the profile is just your bits and bobs, your personal information. And if we just head over onto the watch, you can see there's a weather thing. It just shows you the current weather in your current location. Just a quick overview of your last sleep tracking. And we have a simple stopwatch function built in. And you can use this to find your phone, which I realized wasn't working from this part of the watch, but when you go into the settings, or rather when you swipe down and you click on here, it plays a little jingle on the phone and then tells you iPhone was found. For the battery, I have to say I was really impressed, even though it's not a feature heavy smartphone as like an Apple Watch would be, and not as intense maybe, but I charged the watch fully Monday morning and running to Thursday it was only down by 75%, sorry. So that's really good. I mean, with the Apple Watch I have to charge it at least after every 2 days, but to get 4 days out of this and it's not even hit 50% was amazing. So with the battery life, I was really happy with that. So in conclusion, for the price of this watch, you're paying £20, even though that's a deal price. And like I said, if you want to check this watch out, the link for it's in the description. And full price is normally around £30, but for what it does and the way that it looks, I have to say it's really good value for money. I personally enjoyed it. At one point, having less of the features and stripping them away and simplifying things makes it easier and better in a certain way. When there's too much going on, things can become confusing, but either way, I'm happy with the watch and I do highly recommend it. So if you want to check it out, like I said, just check the link in the description. Thank you for watching, guys, and don't forget to hit the like button, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.